So I just finished watching You, and it's an interesting. I'm just knocking all this shit off my desk. It is an incredibly interesting show. For one of the biggest reasons, I'd like to talk about protagonists, right? What is a protagonist? The protagonist is the main character in a story, the character in which we follow throughout the story. And I feel like there's been a descent into idolizing anti-heroes and the rebel cause, even if you think about like Star Wars, right? The patriotic thing probably would be, if there is any patriotism to be had in Star Wars, right? Follow me here. It would be for the Empire. But we come in from an angle where Luke Skywalker he's a nobody. Well, he's somebody that thinks he's a nobody. That happens often enough. But right, he's a somebody that thinks he's a nobody, and how he becomes and earns, in a merit-based system, how he earned being a somebody. He joined the rebel cause, and he was one of the best rebels. And this anti-establishment sort of thinking is all throughout You, even in this season of You, right, where Joe, they're explaining away why no one wears masks, and it's like, this is one of the only, like, so far there are probably a lot of shows, but it's one of the only shows I've seen where it's like post-COVID pandemic in universe. Like, there was a COVID pandemic, all the fictional characters were locked in their house. It's like if like Riverdale came back and they're like, oh, COVID, Hiram's doing crazy shit with COVID, but okay, they explain away the pandemic by saying, oh, rich people. If you think this is a conspiracy, rich people, never don't count on rich people to be rich and have access to things, and Joe in this season, I'll be real with you. I'll give a hot take. I was rooting for Love. I really was rooting for Love. I didn't want Joe to die, but I didn't want Love to die, right? And it really is such this thing is, there were parts in it where I know I was like, they were doing the same exact thing. Like, it was a tit for tat. They were both doing the same exact thing on multiple occasions. But there was a way that I almost felt we were supposed to feel for Joe that we couldn't give Love that advantage. And I think it really comes down to the fact that we're inside Joe's head. Joe is the protagonist. And even to the points where, we have Love as the protagonist, as crazy is, you can kind of explain crazy. To say that you can't explain crazy is silly. Like, you ever been next to a person on a bus? Oh, he wants a sandwich. That's why he keeps putting his foot in fucking people's faces. He wants a sandwich. Give him a fucking sandwich, and we won't have foots in our face, right? And I know we don't negotiate with terrorists, but we should negotiate with him. It's a long bus ride, 45 minutes. Come on, give him a sandwich. But yeah, we're inside Love's head, and in the moments we're inside Love's head, it's she feels the same exact way Joe feels. Why am I doing this? I shouldn't do it. Oh shit, I did it. But by the end of it, we're made to feel as if Joe is like the hero, and I think at no point is Joe really predominantly the hero. And honestly, if we're talking about like their sorts of insanity in universe, right? Joe's breaking into motherfuckers' houses. I don't give a fuck if he's not killing them. The thing is, the fact that he breaks into their houses and then sometimes ends up killing them is the crazy part. Like, that's a couple more crimes. Couple more. But yeah, these are, this is what I thought about You. I know this went all over the place. Thank you guys for listening. Talk to you soon.